Welcome everybody to NoCoders Office Hours, episode number 199. That's right. Tomorrow we are celebrating our 200th episode of Office Hours. Eli, Pablo, Juan, and Cameron will all be joining me. We'll have the whole NoCoders team, and we'd be so excited for you to join us. So if you would like to become an Office Hours member, please go to pronocoders.com. Office hours, we hold them 6 times per week. We invite our members onto our Zoom. They can ask us any bubble question they want, and we all do our best to make sure that the questions get answered in a timely manner. Because that's the thing is we know what it's like when you're building and you get stuck, and you could stay stuck in the same spot forever, it seems like. We don't want you to stay there. We want you to get past it and move on and keep building. So please go sign up at pronocoders.com. Welcome, everybody. I'm here with Cameron and Juan, my fellow ProNoCoders, and our members, Thomas, Jonathan, Lachlan, and Ben. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's see. Thomas, did you have any questions? I think you said you're driving.
No questions.
Nope. Okay. How about you, Jonathan and Lachlan? Anything?
Yeah, I have a few questions, unless anyone needs to go first or.
No, go for it.
Cool. So I'll share my screen. Just give me 1 second. We'll get to the right page. Cool. Can you see this?
Yes.
Awesome. So basically I have like a dashboard type app. And when we resize this on like a laptop, for example, it's fine. And when we load it, obviously the panel's showing on the left. However, I'm just wondering for like mobile devices, when they log in, is there a way to have this panel hide automatically based on screen width perhaps, or some way to recognize whether the device is mobile?
Yeah, maybe want to do it, Tonya, Cameron?
No, go for it. Juan, you can take this one.
Okay, you're using the new responsive engine, right?
Yep.
And there's also one other thing to add as well. We don't just want it to not be visible. We also just want it to make sure that the menu bar extends over.
Yeah, overlaps
as opposed to essentially just squashing the object on the right.
So ideally, instead of resizing these elements, yeah, we would like it to actually overlap once it reaches a certain screen width, because on the mobile functionality of this, when we're compressing everything.
Okay, so it is not to hide it. It will be in front, and the other content will be below it, but
Correct.
Being okay. Okay, this is another rule. Because to hide it based on the screen size, you can have a condition on the group itself that can be like current page is less. Yeah, there, current page. You can type page, for example. Page, current page width, this one is less than. And you can set the rule, for example, I don't know. Yeah. And the condition will be not visible, for example. But currently what you need is to be below it. So maybe this should not be a group. This should be a floating group. Oh, this is a floating group already, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if you set a minimum width of 320, maybe don't use this condition. This was like to hide it, or so maybe you already know how to do it, but I'm not sure if making the appearance or the layout with a fixed width or mean width, so it will never be like collapsed to or hidden. What do you think, Tonya?
You mean for the
yeah, to don't hide it, the left menu bar, and keep it in front and don't stretch it.
Oh, but is this a floating group? I think it is, right?
It is a floating group.
Yeah, Ben said floating group, which is a good idea, but I think it already is. How did you get it to work, Ben?
So something to mention, it does work correctly on like an iPhone 10, but the iPhone 10 Pro, just because it's that little bit extra size, it then doesn't overlap. For some reason, it squashes it. So it's already working correctly at a very low resolution, or sorry, width. But then when it gets to a certain point, it's not looking working correctly.
Can you show me? But what do you need there? Sorry, I am not understanding. It seems that it is being in front of it. Maybe
Yeah,
can you preview the page and
okay,
press
make
the yeah.
and make the screen width smaller, do you mean, to see it? Or
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah, can you
if
click
that
on
works
these
for
three
you guys.
buttons? Yeah. You
So we
can
need to be on the
press
calendar page as well,
F12.
John.
Oh, F12, sorry.
Yes.
Yep.
And now click on there, please.
Oh, awesome.
And you can select in the left top menu bar, dimensions responsive, and you can type or
Oh,
select
amazing.
like iPhone X or select whatever device.
You need to go to the calendar page as well, John. That's where we're having the issue.
Oh, okay, yep, sorry.
Can you refresh the page? I don't know why it is not working the responsive. Okay,
we'll
now.
go calendar.
What do you need to be to be? I don't know. Do you want more height, or what do you want to be? This left
Okay,
menu bar.
So I mean, obviously this group should be squashed more, but this calendar seems to be working, at least in this instance, and it's actually coming out on top, which is what we want.
Now try the Pro.
Yeah, and then we'll try the what would that be?
Maybe iPhone 5. This is the smallest one.
It's actually not an issue for the smaller devices. It's an issue for the bigger
The
devices.
larger ones.
Okay.
Which are like an.
Okay, maybe you can select a Pro. No, that this is an iPad.
Yeah.
But iPhone Pro is, if I'm not wrong, is 412. Let me give me a second. I check it fast.
Because if you just select responsive from the dimensions, then you can change the width.
Yep.
Yeah, give me a second. I will tell you which is this one. iPhone 12 Pro is 390. Yeah, and you can, and 844. And you can save that if you want for later. And for
So let's have a look at how the calendar is displaying.
So the issue is not with the left menu bar. The issue is with the you want to make responsive as the calendar the first group that you have above.
Yeah, so that's another issue I need to look at, is this group being responsive, but it was mainly just the panel on the left, but I mean, it appears to be working now. So.
And can you check it on your mobile? Because maybe sometimes can be a little bit different.
I think also the issue is, John, you shouldn't have this object, this upcoming check-ins, that shouldn't be there. I think that's affecting.
No, it's actually supposed to be in the workflow. It's supposed to be hidden. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you could
maybe we'll just hide
second.
this. Yeah.
And then see how it operates.
Oh, my bad. We'll click calendar. Oh, 1 sec, sorry.
Also, in your left menu bar, you can set a min width of the same height, of the same width, or something or a minimum width to prevent to be like the half of the screen like this. But I'm not sure. It depends of the.
So that's what we need to do.
Some people
set
want
a minimum width for the calendar group or something, and that will then stop it from getting squished. Is that correct?
Okay. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
that seems right to me.
Cool. There we go.
Okay, now
Yeah,
I
so
see it.
you definitely should set a minimum width on it.
Cool.
Hmm.
And then basically it'll realize that it has to overlap. Gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. No, that should be fine. Yep. I'll just make a note of that.
Awesome.
Cool. Did anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, Ben, do you have any for tonight?
I've got a quick one, if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I don't. I'm sure Tanya will remember, but in the early days, I used to have in the app like a gray over when our floating groups appeared. So like, and I figured out a way to do it is make a floating group and then center it up and down so that it grays out when this like one of these side menus is showing.
Oh, nice.
But the issue I'm having is this one on the side, whenever this one comes out, this one goes to the back. And I've tried moving it to the front, but I can't seem to figure out how to get this one to be on top of this gray floating group.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you might have some insights.
You did you?
Mm.
How about, okay, so you're using a floating group to do the gray out?
Yep.
Have you tried just doing a regular group instead?
Yeah, because of the responsiveness, it just pushes it way down. It just goes.
Got it. How about
How about a condition in the same floating group, but when something happens to have a different style with blur, if I'm not wrong, it is, yeah, you can play with the, I forgot the names of that, but
yeah, the blur, like the thing that
Yeah.
pop-ups have.
I think you can play with that too.
Well, what should he do now, friend?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, can you go to the, show me again what do you need? Sorry, because maybe I am not understanding.
So see how this works when I click on one of these, this side panel comes out and everything else goes gray, which is perfect. But on this side panel, when I click it, I don't want this to go gray. So everything but this. So I've tried sitting this on top of this floating group, but it just doesn't seem to want to play nicely.
Okay, so you want only the gray area to the right, not to the left.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Sorry.
Let me request your remote control to play out with it a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, now I have control. Can you go to the, this is the floating group that you are using to the gray out?
Yes.
Okay. And which is the flow that you use to show it, please?
It is on. So let's get rid of that. Oh, it's a conditional. So the conditional is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That when either that side panel is showing or that side panel showing, this floating group is showing.
Okay, give me a second. I will do something here to don't delete it. Only I will disable it meanwhile. Oh. Seems that there is a lag. Okay. Okay, so this will be always not visible, right? For now. And which is the style that you have? Flat color, blah, blah, blah. Shadow layer style. Okay. Okay, you can vertical. Maybe if I add a margin here. Maybe this can do the trick.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking add another one or play with the blur, but maybe we can have this one because
like
it seems that you cannot move blur to the right only. The blur is like for the complete element, but I think this can work, maybe 90 pixels. Can you preview this, please?
I did try this. The issue I had was when this one pops out, it's still showing this. So see what I mean? Like that's still
Oh,
showing.
maybe use a different one?
Yeah, you can use a different one.
And it looks weird kind of up the top here. I know I'm being
Okay. But you
can put a margin at the top as well.
give me a second. I will suggest you to create two different ones for the beginning. So
too blurred.
yeah,
gray out.
yeah, this will be gray out for I don't know for right. Menu bar, and another one.
Yeah.
For the other one. So
Gotcha.
how I duplicate it? Where's yeah. So in one you will add, I mean, no margin to the left.
Yeah.
I mean you will keep it as it was before. And in the new one, you will add margins here and here. Right? And maybe at the bottom too if you need it. And it will do that trick.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Juan.
Okay, no worries.
All right. Let's see. Jonathan, Lachlan, you have any more?
I think, yeah, Jonathan has a few more.
Oh, sorry,
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I have a question in regards to my calendar. Just give me 1 second and I'll show you. Cool. I don't actually have any data loading, actually, because I got to change the date. Damn, that's probably not a good example. Sorry about that. Give me 1 sec. Does anyone else have a question just while I have a look at this?
Oh, good.
Okay.
We don't mind waiting.
So to essentially summarize the issue, we've got 365 days of rates coming through onto a calendar, and we want to do a few things. We want to make sure that any of the previous dates for, because our calendar shows 7 columns, and the very first values are potentially the 28th, 29th, 30th of the previous month. We want to basically have logic to show if it is a date from the previous month, we'd like to gray out that cell. So that way it's just, yeah, it's not visible.
Okay. So can you go to your cell that, or to the group, or to the text that you want to make it gray, please?
Yep. So it'll be this repeating group, basically. So we want the cells themselves to.
Okay, so but you will need to have a cell inside it, maybe a group inside each cell
Gotcha.
to make it gray.
I see. Yep.
So okay, I think it's this one. Yeah.
Bye, Cameron. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Cameron.
Okay,
so give us a second. I will make my screen bigger. Okay, so current cell state is less than main calendar's list of dates first item. Which is the rule to be the smallest date or current date, sorry, to gray out.
So basically we have a month selected here, and based on this month selected, we want.
Okay, it's based on this month selector. Okay, can you go to your group again, please? And go to conditional.
So the group conditional.
Conditional. Can you click first on, please, in the previous one? Where it says off? Okay, to check that it is gray, really gray. Okay, can you copy and paste this condition? Right click and paste it, please. No, this is the expression, maybe a little bit below or to the left, like in the middle, in between background style and background color, do right click.
Oh, I see. Yep.
And paste it. But you will need to do it also like in a middle area. Yeah, like this, and remove this one. The previous one.
Yeah. So no, remove the whole.
The empty one, the red one.
Oh, okay, I see.
At the right, remove condition.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, and where it says main calendars list, click there, please, and type the name of the input. Click it there. I think it is daytime. Maybe type date.
Oh, are you referring to the month selected or?
Yeah, how it is named.
Yeah, okay.
No, this is current daytime. It will be like today. So
text current. Yeah, okay.
It is not an input. Where you select that? Or it will be always current daytime.
I think this might be a bit complicated because this relates to like a fair bit of work that Pablo did. Coming to think about it now, because like even for me to recite how this is all connecting, I need to sort of review it because this is based off one plugin, and yeah.
Okay, so what I will do is
there's an expression for this somewhere.
For now, I will request you access 1 second. And for now, what I will do is to copy the same expression here. And I will, what's this group? Sorry. For now, I will copy the same expression. What I cannot get there. Okay, but I will make it the inverse, right? So I will paste it here. and I will make greater than current cell state. And this should do the trick. But I will suggest to have, when you begin having the same conditional, you can have like a variable, right? So we can name it like var Pablo's date variable temporary or something. Yeah. But first, let's check if this works. Can you preview it, please?
Yeah, I've actually got to change the API at some point into what it's calling, because the previous dates, it's not producing an API call. I got to change it. I just got to review how we're doing that, because there's heaps of steps.
Can you preview it to check if it works?
It won't
please?
work, but we'll
No?
try. See, because no data. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I need to.
What information do you need to do the call?
Okay, so 1 second. Give me. In each row, do you have really a date, or it is not a date? It is only a number. Give me a second. I will preview what is here. Here is a 26, but this is current cell state. So this is December 26. This is not greater than January, right?
Yeah.
The date here is which is the name of the group? It is group. I can paste it.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, please. Oh, thank you. Can you check the first one? Select the first one. Okay, condition 3. Okay, but it is hitting the condition. It is green. So for it, this cell is, I mean, this one is smaller than this one, and the condition is green, so it is achieving it, but maybe the group is below something.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I did see a shape there when you clicked that shape.
Okay. I think it's the shape that is doing that, maybe. But give me a second, maybe if I group, arrange, bring to front. Oh, God. Seems like it is not visible when developer. I will make it always visible just in case too, for now.
Can we hide the shape that's inside the group?
Yeah, it's in the layout now.
Sorry?
I was just saying, instead of going to appearance, we go to layout and the new responsive. It's tricky. I got caught up on that a couple times.
It's announcements, sorry. I haven't set up the backend workflow. Just click announcements to toggle to hide.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Here we have it. But so now we will need to fix the issue to show that group, right? Because it was invisible by default.
Mhm.
And we will need a condition. What is the condition? Only this one, or why it was like not visible? We need to fix that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know why.
Okay,
So
currently it is only
Oh,
visible when the developer index, but I don't know what this means.
I
Group
believe
objects filtered.
I believe it's only visible if there's data showing for that cell. Well, that was the desired outcome.
Okay. Meanwhile, maybe you can take a note to don't forget it. That I make it visible always from here.
Yeah.
But then you can make it invisible and add a condition to show it. But for now, this is the trick to make it work.
But it should be 26 to 31 grayed out, correct?
Okay, you want the beginning of the month, because
Correct.
currently is current date time, that is today is January 7. It depends of your time zone. But
So
okay.
it's based on the month selected, not the current day. Yeah.
Okay, so we will make this rounded down to date. Sorry, rounded down to month.
Awesome.
Greater than current cell state.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Okay, go ahead, you please. Okay.
Awesome.
But now we don't have dates here. I don't know why. The first.
It's
one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm not sure. It was like this previously or not?
Yeah, it's I think I can figure out that part. I think it's all right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just being able to do this at all is the main thing. And then now that I have that condition, I can really have it do what we want. Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Awesome. Cool.
do you want to see the one about the login page, John? And how to have that?
Yeah, with the image and how we have it currently.
Yeah, what would they recommend to have it, optimized for both desktop and mobile?
Yeah, we're sort of just working on like a basic login page layout. And I'm wondering how we can get like an image, at least on the left, to work with different responsiveness. Because currently, I'll bring this up now. But yeah, you can obviously see it's maintaining the aspect ratio of the image, which is what we want, but yeah.
But you don't want to have like the empty white space below the image or something
Correct.
like that? Or
yeah. But
we
looking at
need
it now,
Thomas
it seems
here.
What's
So
that,
yeah,
sorry?
you know. No, Thomas is the pro for the responsive issues.
Thomas has got us beat for responsiveness, but Thomas was in the car the last time I checked. So so the way we used to do it is that, I mean, you want to maintain the aspect ratio of the picture, right? But I think you probably but you might not want to have the picture to be like responsive actually. Are you married to the idea of the login being on the right versus the picture being on the right?
Like, I don't
It'd
know.
work easier for responsiveness then, wouldn't it? Because we could just have it sort of collapse.
Well,
in
because
one
yeah,
screen.
you could have it cover the picture until a certain width and then show a different picture that fits, like at certain
Interesting.
widths, at certain breaking points.
Okay. So like, for example, when it gets to here, show a different image.
Right, exactly. So like if you had the picture on the right and you didn't set the picture to be responsive, then you would just basically be covering the picture from the right until you get to a certain point and then show a different picture.
All right. So the line wouldn't be in the direct center then. It would essentially go over from right to left and overlap.
Exactly, because that's how,
Yeah.
that's
Or
how
something like at some point for you, if for example, if the screen size is less than 800 pixels, it will be a mobile device, right? Like
Yeah.
a very big, maybe I mini iPad or something. So you treat it like a
Or
mobile device instead of a
right, and you would move the picture maybe
below or behind that, kind of with a layer.
something, something.
The other idea I kind of thought was having the owner's portal, the text there, having that as a floating group, and which then could sort of collapse over the image.
Yeah, I like that idea, like having a,
It seems a bit easier. We can just have it centered floating over like an image.
like maybe as a pop-up, actually, a pop-up that they can't escape from.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like actually using the pop-up group. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, pop-ups have a setting that you can say like not to allow the person to escape it. So this pop-up can't be closed by pressing escape. There. And then that if they click outside of it or they press escape, it won't close.
Okay, interesting. And then we can just obviously set it so it doesn't do the shade around it.
Right. Yep. You can change the shading on it and everything. So, yep.
Awesome. And where is that setting? Sorry.
The gray out blur, right where you were actually in the style. See the gray out color and the gray out blur.
Yeah.
So you could create like a login pop-up style, right? You can modify that style for the login pop-up specifically.
Yeah. Cool. So we could essentially move this whole group into a floating group and just have an image on the background as a whole. And you think that would work better?
Yeah, I think that would look, I think that would look nicer actually. Yeah.
And be much more responsive.
And it
no
would
doubt.
be much more responsive for sure.
Awesome. No, I think I can do that.
Oh.
Cool. I guess like one other question I had, if that's okay, is I just have to show it. For this piece of data, we're essentially getting a 1 or a 0 from the API. And I'm wondering is it possible for me to format that to like use an if statement that if 1 or 0, yes or no, through text?
We then want to have it display an icon, which will just be one of those font awesome far icons, just for a tick or a cross.
Sure, you could do that with conditionals for sure. So you would just set that icon and then change the icon from the conditional.
Oh, okay. So put an icon in there additionally. So and then have it based off this element and whether it's 1 or 0.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, cool. So if I copy paste this and call this check cross. We'll see what the other one's called quickly. Okay. And then would I do like equals or something or?
Text owner booking. No, because you can't do it on the text. So you could probably you could set a group around the text that is of type text, put the dynamic value that you currently have in the text element in the group, and then have the text element refer to the group's text. And then you could
Gotcha.
use the group as for the condition.
Because I can only reference a group in that way from
Right.
a text element.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that as a parent, yep.
Yep.
Okay, I think I got that.
And then, yeah, and then if the, and you set it to 0 or 1, so maybe it's more like a number, so set it to number. And then you can say if it is, 0, it could be this, you can change the icon to this or that. So.
Okay, yep, cool.
Because you can change which icon is showing in the conditions of an icon element. So you don't have to use 2 different icons.
Okay, so you're saying that I should actually use the icon element itself as opposed to the text
Yes.
in that instance. Okay,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah. Because if you draw an icon element on the page, you'll see in the conditions of the icon, you can change which icon is shown based on different conditions without having 2 different icons.
Yep. No, I understand that. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
You
No,
can obviously change the icon color as well as it changes.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can.
Yep. Awesome. No, I think I'm good for that. Thanks. I just need to reference it from a group. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Does anyone else have questions at all or anything we need to cover?
Ben or Thomas, anything?
I'm all good.
You're all good? Thomas, you're all good?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I do have a question. Oh, but I'll ask it later. It's
No, you go now. May as well get it done.
You guys call me the responsive king, but I'm not, and I'll tell you why. I'm trying
Yes,
to
you
figure
are.
out. I'm trying to figure out how to. So I have a page, and on the page, I would have to show you guys. But essentially, on the page, I want the text to expand, and I want the group wrapped around the text to expand with it. And I'm not quite figuring out how to do that.
Okay.
Would you guys like me to show you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I just realized I'm on my phone. So
You're going to sign in with
I'll,
your computer. Okay.
you want it to sloop around? Because I have to set up everything here. I'll just come back.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything
Cool.
in the meantime, gentlemen?
I've got a profile picture sort of icon here, and I would like this to actually be aligned to the left of this heading bar, but I can't quite figure it out with my responsiveness at the moment. So I wouldn't want this to expand all the way. And if I set a margin, it still isn't lowering this because it's all aligned to parent.
So you want them both on the same row?
Correct, yeah. So this next to this.
Oh, got it. Okay. So is that, go ahead, Juan.
No, I was trying to understand. You want in the same row the M logo and this input that you are hovering?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, maybe you can group them, the M logo and this group, or what do you think, Talia?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. If you never want them to be separated, then it makes sense to put them in a group.
Just like this, yep.
Yeah, and then we can update the conditions. Now, for the input group, the group that contains the input, we can play with that margins, or with that width or mean width, or yeah.
So we do one, say like min width 80%, the other would be like min width 20% or something.
Well, I'd probably leave the picture one fixed width, to be honest, because you really wouldn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the group, right? Yes.
Correct. Yep.
And Okay,
Awesome.
maybe like this. Can you
Yeah.
preview it, please?
Nice. Yep. And then obviously we can just fix the margins for everything else. Yeah.
Perfect.
Amazing.
The new responsive editor.
I know. It's so
Mhm.
good.
Like, big heart eyes for it.
I am learning it a little bit more, but I need to play more and more and more.
Oh,
to
you'll
really
get your
un-
chance because once Canvas is using the new responsive editor, you will be in it all the time.
Oh yeah, and with the new project, I hope it.
Cool.
I think we decided to wait on Thomas's question. So
Just trying to think if I have anything else to ask, but
I did notice that that announcement bar was actually off to the right when you previewed it. Do you know?
oh,
was too. Good
So
pick up. Yep.
if you can work out why that is.
It's probably the group. Oh no, it would be the element inside.
yep. We probably have a max width. No. I think maybe you're right. Maybe it's the group holding it.
Yeah, it's fixed with.
Yeah.
Nope.
Mm. I think the minimum though is
It's massive. Yeah.
yeah, it's massive. So
Can you just add a margin to it potentially?
no, I
Yeah,
think
but-
it's the parent group was the maybe just what's the minimum width of the parent group of the parent group?
There we go. It's all good now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that looks so good.
Any tips or anything you can see straight away that you do to make it look a bit cleaner?
Oh,
Besides-
you're asking the wrong person. Thomas and Ben are both better at that than I am.
Another thing is we're getting like a scroll bar on these days at the top.
Oh, that's so annoying. Okay.
Yeah. So
Mm, we need custom code to do that, if I'm not wrong.
to turn it off with like JavaScript or something or CS.
CSS.
CSS.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if this will work with this new responsive editor.
We can ask Pablo. We have a Vault video about removing like scroll bars and stuff.
Yeah, I
and if
can
that
try and find that. Yeah.
If that video, yeah, if you just type in
Vault
the Vault
video.
CSS, it should be like the video that pops up there.
Yep.
And then if that doesn't work, then we can go back to Pablo and ask for a new one.
Awesome. No, I think that'll work if I just force it off.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Did we run out of questions for office hours?
I did just want to chime in real quick and say that for groups that have scroll bars, you should be able to change it with typically one line of code where you would put overflow equals none or
Yep.
overflow colon none. So it's actually a really simple fix as far as I remember. So I just wanted to chime in and say that real quick.
Yep,
Can we-
definitely. Then you
can we-
probably want to put that on like just one of your repeating.
Yeah, on that particular ID. So you would assign it an ID and then
The element ID. Yep.
Can we try
Yeah.
that now? While we wait for Thomas?
Let's do
Unless you're available, Thomas?
Oh, we decided to wait on Thomas's question. So,
Okay, no problem.
yeah. So are we going?
Are you guys waiting on me, or are we waiting on
Yep.
Thomas?
Yeah, yeah. I thought we would try the fix for the.
Oh,
scroll.
okay. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
Cool. So, I'm not really sure where to go from here. Like, I can set like a.
Yep. So on that repeating group, on the ID attribute at the bottom, looks like you don't have that set. So if you go into settings.
Yeah.
And into general, I think it is, and then. Yep, there you go. And so now
Awesome.
you should set that. And then it needs to start with a letter and not a number. We learned that the hard way.
Yep. And we go into workflow, do we, or is it page load?
Cameron, are you still here or no?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do you know where he puts the CSS? Is it on the page itself, I think, the page element?
It would probably make sense to put on the page element. Yeah. Let's see. Was it the I would try doing an HTML element actually.
Okay.
That's probably what yeah. So inside there, we then set up a little bit of custom code. So I can type this in the chat here, and this should work. If it doesn't, we can troubleshoot it, but.
Yep.
And then, so what's the ID that we want to call this?
It is.
Calendar days 1 with the D as a capital.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yep, that's it there.
Calendar days 1. Okay.
I don't know how to bring Zoom back up, like the whole chat window.
I think when it pops up, there might be like a.
Can send you in Slack as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
In theory,
That happens all the time. Like Zoom really needs to figure that out because I hear that
It doesn't feel intuitive at all. No.
Everybody's like, I lost my Zoom. Where is it?
Oh, for sure. Me the first. It's incredible.
Okay,
Here we go, chat.
Yeah, that should work. Fingers crossed.
Fingers are crossed.
I haven't got that chat through just yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, he sent it to me directly. Here.
Oh. My apologies. Yes, you're
I was
absolutely right.
like, I see it.
Okay, that should be that.
Yeah.
Okay, my apologies.
No worries.
Oh, I'm better. Send it in Slack.
I got it. It's all good.
The only thing that I'm concerned about is that if it's on mobile, overflow is effectively turned off, so that scroll bar won't be there, and you probably won't be actually able to scroll. So it's still there. It's teasing us. All right, so do me a favor. So you're in the inspector view. So go back to that inspector view while you're there.
In here. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And so what we're going to want to do is right click on that container where the scroll bar is and just inspect. And it should jump us right to that div or that particular element. And then we're going to go to where hover your mouse over that code and you'll see bubble element, group item entry 5 or whatever. We're basically just want to hover our mouse to the point where we see the entire box highlighted.
This one. Or...
yeah, scroll all the way up to the parent, like the most parent on this one. Yeah, perfect. So that has the ID set, so we see that. Now in element style, so where all of that CSS is located on the bottom right-hand side of your screen.
Yep.
You scroll down there and click on like the right-hand side of the last one. It should create a new entry for you that you'll be able to type. So where it says background color.
Yep.
Yeah, click like right there. Perfect.
Gotcha.
And so we're going to type in overflow. And then enter and then none. It should be, or hidden. Maybe that's why hidden. I apologize. Okay, so that code that we added, all we need to change is it from none to hidden, and it should work. And if it doesn't, then I don't know. We'll figure it out though. Huh, okay. Let's see, give me just a couple. Trying to brainstorm and think, because that would be the way we'd want to use an HTML element for that.
Maybe, sorry, maybe if we put it in the page itself, not in an HTML element.
But actually in the page.
Yeah, I noticed that on Canvas templates, this is in the page itself.
Yeah, let's do that instead. That will make more sense, yeah. So I'll just paste that in the page header.
You can go here.
So be careful putting it in the header though.
Oh, not in the header.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just the particular page.
Element. Yeah.
You can go to select the page. You can click here.
Oh, whoops.
Here. Give me a second. Here.
Yeah.
And the first element will be always your page.
Awesome. Yep.
And from there, maybe here it loads. Edit. Sorry. But it is not showing me the.
I get this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that bug occasionally too. Yeah. So yeah,
maybe
right
here.
there.
Oh, awesome.
But maybe here hidden.
Yep, exactly.
Sorry.
Go ahead, you please.
You're good. Okay. So now we'll preview again, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's really interesting. So we confirmed that at least when we use the HTML in the inspector, that's right. So let's see if there's something else maybe that's happening.
Was it this one we looked at?
Yeah, I'm sorry, no, scroll up just a little bit, I think.
This is one that normally they use. Give me a second.
So you can always, to pinpoint it, you can right click on that particular div or that particular container that you want to inspect.
Cool.
Yeah, perfect. So overflow is hidden. One of the things that we're going to want to do is probably say that it's important. So what we're going to end up doing over the overflow none, or after hidden, I apologize, I'm looking at the wrong text. We're going to want to put an exclamation mark and then say important.
Like this?
Exactly, yeah. And some people put a space after the exclamation mark, and some people don't. I tend not to, but
Okay.
yeah, that's how you do it.
Yes.
Yay, we did it.
Nice.
Mhm.
Perfect. Awesome.
Can you share this code, please?
Sure.
Oh, and there is one thing that is probably going to be a little bit necessary, actually. It's for Safari browsers and WebKit browsers. WebKit has their own CSS, or like their own way of communicating with the page in the browser. So you will more than likely need to add a WebKit scroll bar. Let me see if I can. What's the best way to do it? Because there's so many different ways. You can see if this works, and I'm not positive if this is going to work. Actually, Juan just shared with me an excellent source here. But so this is what you're going to add, just like you had with overflow hidden. So exactly like that, although it is missing a closing bracket. So let's see. I apologize. Not exactly like overflow hidden. So remove what I just what we just added, and then underneath the closing bracket, you're gonna do it again. Now, I am going to say with confidence here that I'm not super positive this is going to work, because what we're saying is when this browser encounters any scroll bar via this appended WebKit, it's going to have all of the scroll bars as a 0. So they're not, they shouldn't show, not just that particular ID. So I'll look into this for us for just a sec here and see if I can come up with a quick answer.
I'll just have to keep note of the fact that we're obviously doing this on the page.
WebKit, what devices use that? Is it
iOS
Safari.
devices. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Oh, and this is how you do it because it's CSS3. Okay, cool. So I will, let's see if we can. I'm going to paste this here. And I'll change it just a little bit, see if this works for us. So what we added with that WebKit scroll bar, we're basically just going to put that ID in front of it, and that's what we do. Although with what we've put in the original WebKit scroll bar code, where it says width is 0 and height is 0, the only difference here is that display is none. So we can go ahead and actually remove from where the original colons are, colon WebKit, down all the way to 0 pixel. We can delete all of that.
Like that, yep.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Now this is gonna have to be tested on, like an Apple or
Safari, yep.
Yeah, something like that. But
cool. Yep. No, I'll keep that in mind. I'll make a note of just testing it in Safari.
Awesome, cool. And then if display none doesn't work, then you can always do width 0 and height 0 as well.
Okay. Yep. Awesome. Cool.
Sweet.
Awesome. What a great
thanks for
office
that.
hours.
I had heaps of fixes from that one.
Yeah. Awesome. We're going to move into after hours. So for those of you who are watching the replay, if you want to join us in after hours where we turn off the recording and turn on the cameras, you have to join office hours by going to pronocoders.com. We would love to meet you. We would love to help you with your bubble questions. So please don't delay. Go sign up now.